Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. And today we're gonna play some Hadana Bant, aka Bant Hadana. I don't know how to name this deck, but it's very fun at that. It's basically a Bant ramp slash mid-range build with Hadana's Climb as a bit of a hipster approach, and I think this card has been quite overlooked lately in Bant builds, and it's a very powerful win condition for this archetype. So what is this deck about? Well, basically, the idea is to have a lot of early game ramp and have Nissa, who shakes the world because we are playing green, onto Hydroid Crassus for some very powerful late game plays. But the key thing about this deck and about this archetype in general is that by playing the likes of Hadana's Climb, we can capitalize on 2-drops such as Incubation Druid and Growth Chamber Guardian and basically proc or trigger their abilities for free. By giving a +1/+1 counter to Incubation Druid at the beginning of the combat phase, I automatically activate her super, ramp capabilities without having to spend 5 mana to adapt her, right? And obviously, if I use it on Growth Chamber Guardian, I can, every time I give them a +1/+1 counter, I can search for another one in my deck, which enables me to thin, also refuel my hand with resources, and overall enable me to speed up the whole Chamber Guardian I don't know, biogenesis, I guess, process. So Hadana's Climb is really solid in regards to that, like when it comes to the early game, because of the synergy with these two drops, but also very powerful in the late game as well, because we can give either the likes of Hydroid Crassus or Carnage Tyrant, which has hexproof, a +X+X, which is basically the amount of power that they originally have, so double their attack and hit our opponent with a flying dino and or big Testis Neck to the face and potentially one-shot them, or at least, with a little bit of prior damage get to that point, right? We have 2 Shalais, 4 Prison Realms, and 3 Teferi Time Ravelers, which is why we're going Bant instead of Simic. This may seem like very few white cards to go ahead and jump into the trouble of going with a tricolor build instead of just straight up going Simic, but it turns out these 3 cards are very important. Prison Realm is absolutely outstanding. The more I play with this removal, the more I like it. I definitely underrated this card at first. I thought it was going to be a worse version of Conclave Trip, or Excellence Binding. And it turns out the fact that it's 3 mana, and the scry effect is nice, but the fact that it's 3 mana is just such a big deal. I can, deal with planeswalkers, creatures. It's so flexible, and it also enables me to deal with otherwise very problematic creatures such as Rekindling Phoenix. Very flexible, very reliable removal that we are running as a 4 of, because one of the cool things or one of the ideal scenarios with this deck in regards to turns 2 and 3 is that we can lead off with the Incubation Druid turn 2. If it lives, we can play Hadana's Climb. We can give the Incubation Druid one +1/+1 counter, thus enabling her ability, and then we can tap Incubation Druid and play a Prison Realm or a Teferi Time Raveler. Therefore, we can go for 2 consecutive 3 mana plays in turn 3, which can be very powerful, especially considering we're setting up a very powerful enchantment, in the process, right? And obviously, one of the cool things about Hadana's, well, not obviously, but one of the key things that I want to talk about is its interaction with Nissa, who shakes the world. There's 2 things to really talk about here, which I really like. The first is, Hadana's Climb is very easy to flip over with Nissa. If I play Hadana's Climb turn 3 or turn 4, and the following turn I play Nissa, I can immediately flip over to the Winged Temple of Vraska, because it turns out that Nissa gives 3 +1/+1 counters to a land. So after the combat phase begins, and I give a +1/+1 counter to whatever I want, because I have a land with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, I will have already met the requirements for Hadana's Climb to flip over. And on top of that, giving my land a +1/+1 counter makes it a 4/4, so that if I face another matchup against green and they're playing Nissa, turns out my land is bigger than theirs. And getting Hadana's Climb to flip early on and in such an easy manner is really strong, because not only does it enable us to inherently ramp, it also gives us a very powerful threat. And reason number 2 as to why these 2 cards are very spooky together, because with Nissa, I can actually potentially activate Winged Temple of Vraska's ability twice in the same turn, which means I can duplicate and then duplicate the duplicated power of a creature the same turn, and a relatively easy thing to do if I have 2 sources of blue mana because of Nissa's ability to just providing me with this insane mana with every forest that I tap, right? So ideally, I play Hadana's Climb into Nisa and then get Carney T, for example, and activate Hadana's Climb, then convert Hadana's Climb into a creature, therefore untapping it and tapping it again and just giving Carnage Tower, like, I don't know, 13, like 26 flyer with trample and hexproof. So that, I don't know, I haven't managed to actually pull that off in a game. Like, theoretically it's possible, and it's an interaction to take into consideration, but I need more games to actually pull this off, right? But it's there, like the synergy is there. And yeah, like I said, Prison Realm, because I was talking about the white cards. Prison Realm is very important. Teferi Time Raveler, very key in this deck as well. And Shalai Voice of Plenty, really, really strong as well. Like, these 3 cards really do make it worth it for us to run a white on top of this strategy. And when it comes to the sideboard, we have triple Thrashing Brontodons, 2 Excellence Binding, 2 Set of the Wreckage, 2 Frilled Mystics, 1 Lyre Dawnbringer, 1 Reaver's Rebuke, 2 Entrancing Melodies, and 2 Mass Manipulation. So as you can see, with our sideboard, we can transform this creature-heavy, rather aggressive strategy with Hadana's Climb into a Simic Manipulation sort of tactic in games 2 and 3 to surprise our opponent and perhaps adapt to a creature-based matchup, right? But on top of that, we have the likes of Set of the Wreckage for mono white aggro Selesnya token sort of matchups, which I did not realize we were so vulnerable to them at first. And you're gonna see, like, something I like about today's gameplay is that you'll see me tweaking the sideboard constantly, because this is still a work in progress, right? Like, and in fact, in one of the series, you'll see me being inclined to incorporate Set of the Wreckage, you know, because of the result. So, yeah, we have Set of the Wreckage for that. We have Excellence Binding as extra removal that can complement Prison Realm quite well. Thrashing Brontodon really strong against aggro decks because of the 3/4 stat line for 3 mana, and also enabling us to deal with enchantments, which can be very useful against specific matchups as well. And Lyre Dawnbringer for aggro matchups and potentially some Arclight Phoenixes as well. River's Rebuke can be very powerful, especially against Commanded Red Horde decks and other sorts of builds, like, for example, the Mass Manipulation matchup. You know, we can return our permanents to our hand. Very powerful card that can come in several different matchups and be a very, very strong play in the late game. And that is basically the sideboard right there. Like I said, still a work in progress. Still could potentially be improved. The main deck can also be improved potentially. Like, right now I have, you know, 2 Merfolk Branchwalkers and 2 J-Light Rangers to help me a little bit with my mana flooding and to, you know, run through my deck and find certain you know, valuable resources, but at the same time, they're not strictly necessary. They also kind of like synergize well with Hadana's Climb because they enabled me to speed up the flipping process as well. But it's still, like I said, a work in progress, but the general idea of the deck is, you know, pretty strong and very fun to play. And I got some cool gameplay for you guys today, so hopefully you guys enjoy the games. Leave a like for some good Bant action, some Hadana's Climb goodness. This is one of my favorite cards, honestly, in the game, and it's been a while since I've actually played it because I really liked this card back in the Kaladesh Amonkhet metagame when Sultai Hadana was a thing, you know, with the Winding Constrictor and the what was the 4-mana Hydra? What was that card's name? If you know, let me know in the comments down below. The one that provided itself with hexproof by paying energy. I forgot what it was called, but it was like a 4-mana 4/3, I remember. So I like that strategy a lot, and it feels cool to bring this back in a very different deck. But overall, you know, some really cool synergies here. So yeah, have a solid day. Thank you for watching my videos. Hope you enjoyed the games, and I'll stop talking. Have a solid day, and I say that again, and I'm just terrible with outros, man. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Why no doggo? Because we used to have Jang Jung in the deck, but he unfortunately underperformed, so we had to kick him. So no more doggo. It's just, you know, expressing our sadness a little bit with the subject. All right, we'll keep, as we do have a turn 3 Hadana's Climb, potentially turn 2 Incubation Druid into turn 3 Hadana's Climb, if Incubation Druid lives, of course. You guys are obsessed with Knight of Autumn, man. Seriously. Hey, Simic, don't kill this. Don't get no. Oh, okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Look at that ramp, boys. Oh, look at that thick Hydra, though. Look at the pressure, like, Hadana's climb just provides us with now. Like, this is insane. This is actually insane. Not only do we have, like, a shitload of mana, we can just play huge crasses. We can do anything we want here. And, like, we actually don't care about Nisa at all.
The land fights for us.
We actually could not care less about Nisa here. Alright, we got a total of 3, 4, 7, 10 mana. 10 mana! So much mana. We could just smack him for like 10. But, you know, where's the fun in that, right? We can drop him down to 5 and then threaten lethal. So we would like to eliminate Nisa here with the Prison Realm. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to attack with the J-Light Ranger face. Second of all, we're going to go for a Prison Realm. Sure, why not?
I must go.
And then, last but not least, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 mana. We'll go with a 4-4. No, we'll go with a 5-5 because we threaten lethal that way with both. Yeah. Beautiful. And now we got 2. He has to kill these 2 creatures. Otherwise, he's dead. Or, well, he could instant speed. But we have Teferi Time Raveler to stop that from happening. So he either deals with that or he's just dead. I'm telling you guys, Hadana's climb is pretty legit. He just shut him down. Holy fuck. We just stomped on him. Yeah, Ritualist Hood was a threat. But he killed his own shit. So it would have been fine. I like Ixalan's Binding. I also like Frilled Mystic. I do like Mass Manipulation as well. I'm gonna add in 1. I'm actually gonna drop the J-Light Rangers. I'm gonna drop the Explore package in exchange for more removal and for counter spells. And if we go to a game 3 and I'm on the play, I'll play a third Frilled Mystic, and we'll keep it as it is. This hand is pretty solid. Still, like I said, still gotta work on the still have to work on. Okay, that was a bad play actually. I should have let off with the he's offering the trade here. I'm not gonna take it. That was a bad play. I should have let off with like the Temple Garden, because now I can play Teferi, which is what I would want, right? So that was a mistake on my part. That was a big mistake. Okay, so this is like an elf deck. Interesting.
I know my responsibility. That's more like it.
So let's be a little bit annoying.
Only time will tell.
Would you like to see what's left? The mysteries of life are endless.
What's my best line of play here? Because I could go for the Teferi Time Raveler and the Growth Chamber Guardian. Returning this seems useful, but at the same time, I can always preserve Teferi for later. I want a Hadana's Climb and Growth Chamber Guardian here, but I kind of like need to deal with this. I definitely want to play Hadana's Climb, no matter what. And then...
I always survive. You'll see.
deal with that. Okay, this is a bit fucked up. Alright, so...
Right on schedule. Goes nothing.
Okay, let's go with this. Oh, what the fuck? Alright, well that's actually problematic.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Okay, we can always steal this later down the line. So in order to do that, we actually... Okay. So we need to do the following. We need to yeah, we gotta take the hit from this. Ah. I was hoping he wouldn't do that. Well, if we draw a source of blue mana, we can possibly do it. Okay, that's a bit bad.
I've got time.
Okay, we just gotta hold back here. we got rid of the huge ass mammoth. So we're fine in that regard. And we got a total of 8 mana, which means we can go for Big Boy Snake. And I don't know about you, but I like Big Boy Snake.
Here we go.
We can play it safe. We don't need to rush things. We gotta keep our blockers in the back. Make sure we're secure. What's the enchantment transformation? You're talking about Hadana's Climb? This is the Winged Temple of Vraska. If I tap 3 mana and target creature I control gains flying and plus X, where X is its power for that turn. So I double its, power and toughness, basically. Which means I hit my opponent for a shitload. Oh. How much mana is that? Okay. Well, that's a nice top deck. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we got him. Go boom.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Look at that thick boy. GG. Easy peasy. Wait, was that best of one? Oh no, that. Jesus, where's my head? That was like the second game of the series. Okay, that took a while. I mean, I'm gonna keep because I have explorers, so they'll help me get other lands. There's a white source of mana. I just need to find the blue. What do you think about Pokemon Sword and Shield time for you to get back into GBA? I don't know about that, but why not go Druid first? We could have a turn 3 Shalai. That's pretty solid. So, Selesnya? I need to find blue mana, por favore. I need my blue mana. Yikes. Is that a Loxodon too? Oh boy. Yikes. And meanwhile, I ain't got blue mana. We're kind of dead, aren't we? We're kind of very dead. He's only attacking with those. No blue mana to be seen. Alright, how do we deal with Selesnya tokens? That's actually a rather concerning matchup. I think Tolsimir can be helpful. I think Thrashing Brontodon as well. Lyra can be good as well. I think Hadana's Climb has to drop down a couple. Well, probably Teferi Time Raveler as well. I'm on the play. I'm on the play, so having some counter spells in the form of Frilled Mystic is important, especially to counter the big power plays from okay. Alright, that'll have to do. I mean, at least we do have all banned colors this time around. Did you reach Mythic with Grixis? I did. I did. Okay, let's go Druid. Oh boy. Here comes the madness. So is that a Loxodon? That's a Loxodon. Yikes. Oh mama. It's a little bit too slow. Oh boy. Ah. Oh my god. Oh, that was fun while it lasted. Oh boy, we got blown back. I mean, to be fair, Selesnya tokens is a pretty rough matchup for us because we don't really have ways to punish Swarm. So maybe I should run some. Okay, so that gives me a little bit of intel as to like my sideboard a little bit. I think instead of Tolsimir, Settle the Wreckage is actually a pretty good card.
I am not making this up as I go.
Yeah, I probably should have played Shalai. I made a very aggressive play here, but I'm very okay. I was vulnerable to like stealing there.
Behold, nature's true power.
Only time will tell.
Okay, I think we definitely need to prison realm this.
I am in need of rest.
I'm gonna be aggressive. Push damage. Yeah, if he mass manipulations, he steals Shalai, but that's pretty much it. And now we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. That's kind of why I wanted the thing, but let's talk with these two. Got it. There we go. What do we do here? Because, I mean, I like Karna's Tyrant because it doesn't, it's not targeted by that. Let's go with this. It's a little bit awkward because sideboarding for this matchup is tricky. Hadana's Climb is definitely a way I can win this, but this is a greedy hand, but I'm gonna keep it because I have turn 1 elf, and that's way too many Nisas. All right. Hopefully I can continue drawing into a couple of lands at least and not get mana screwed. we got the Hadana's Climb with a surprise factor going on here.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. Don't worry. I got this.
Come on, baby. Okay, at least double elf.
Here we go.
Come on, come on. There we go. Nice. Please don't have a spell pierce.
Strange and magnificent world. Rise, my elemental friend.
I really should have seen that coming.
This Hadana's Climb makes my forest bigger than his if he drops his own Nisa.
Right on schedule.
And of course you can just do that.
I've got time.
Okay, I kind of want to play Shalai here. I want to play Shalai to protect my shit from being stolen.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Okay, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6-point Crassus. I like a 6-point Crassus. Okay, so let's. Or sorry, 4. Shalai protects my units here.
Let's try this.
Like no stealing shenanigans from him. I'm telling you, man, Hadana's Climb. Oh, fucking destroyed, dude. What was the guy, like number 11? Oh my lord.